he had a lot of issues with the cameras. We had to take the small cameras to Cuba to be able to film because we didn't want too much attention on us or on the production. But he had a lot of issues with the cameras. They were asking him a lot of questions. Why are you bringing this? Why are you bringing that? I was a little bit afraid of that. So I went inside, but I didn't have the stigma of the cameras. I have the stigma of Colombia. So they put me through X-rays. They brought dogs on me. They brought, I don't know how many people were watching me constantly while I was there. And I think they confused me as a mule, maybe carrying drugs, and they never paid attention to my cameras. So I was able to take more equipment, I think, for the last part of the production, and that was a really interesting first fact of Cuba, how they stigmatize you depending on where you're coming from. And the government follows you and asks you questions depending on that, of course. Then I arrived to Esmeralda. It's a small town near a big city called Camagüey, and I had the most beautiful experience in my life with Father Alberto and whatever Father Alberto does there, which is everything. He's not only a priest, he's a pharmacist, he's a counselor, he's a huge figure of hope for all the people in that part of Cuba. And I can say that it's a beautiful, beautiful experience to have been there and filming this documentary. It's not only a story of survival, it's also a story of how these people maintain hope or cling for hope, even though the conditions and the situation in Cuba doesn't get any better at any moment. All I can say is that maybe the United States should never ever stop paying attention to Cuba. Even though time has passed, even though situations change, even though now China is powerful, even though Russia is powerful, we should never forget about the small town of Esmeralda or the big city of Havana, because these people really need the help of a country like the United States, who is supposed to be the biggest help in the world with these issues. Thank you very much.